How is it going on YouTube? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today we're bringing you a Petr Cech mid-icon player review. The reason why we're doing this is it's an SBC that got released recently, and I think a lot of people are kind of looking at it and going, it's a goalkeeper that can fit into my team, which then means I don't have to worry about that position. I can use some untradeable fodder in it maybe, and he's not really that expensive to go ahead and pick up. So we're going to tell you whether or not it is worth you doing on FIFA 22 right now. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I know there's not many people that are going to be too interested in this, so any support that you do put on will be appreciated. The reason why I wanted to do this player review and the reason why I completed his SBC is that Petr Cech, I used to be a goalkeeper right back in the day. Petr Cech was one of my favourite goalkeepers. I absolutely idolised him growing up. He was a fantastic goalkeeper. So someone that I kind of wanted to get into my team because of that. So he has 87 defending, 87 handling, 87 diving, sorry. 87 diving, 87 handling, 79 kicking, 88 reflexes, 51 speed, and 89 positioning. So a fairly well-rounded goalkeeper on that side of things. Obviously, he's an icon, so he links to everyone. The downside to his nationality is that you won't get any of the, the strong links, so to speak, with the same nation. He's coming in at 245,000 on PlayStation, 274,000 on Xbox. I'm not really going to take that into account while doing this player review, if I'm honest with you, because fodder at the minute is really, really up. Just with, lots of icon packs, hero packs, and all that sort of thing. When Black Friday comes around, depending on how fodder goes and what happens, I'm hoping, he may be a little bit cheaper, because he was cheaper than this when he first originally came out. Now, he does have a 3-star weak foot, which is very solid for a goalkeeper. He is 6'5", and there's not really anything else that we need to pay attention to. He's high and average on his body type, which does make an impact to how they save shots, how they come out for crosses, how strong they are, how quick they get down, and so on. And he also has the cautious with crosses trait, and he does have the goalkeeper long throw. Goalkeeper long throw is something that, for me, goalkeepers have to have. I really, really need to make sure that they do have that, because it's a big bonus when looking at a goalkeeper. Now, let's talk about his pros and his cons. We'll start off with his diving. Petr Cech, to me, was solid enough in the area of diving for shots that are finesses in the top corner, power shots from the edge of the 18-yard box. He's 6'5", so he really can cover that ground quite a lot, just purely because of obviously how far he can dive. He was very solid in those sort of shots and whatnot. And what I found is that when he was diving and getting to the ball, he wasn't parrying them back out into the 18-yard box for a tap-in. And if he was, because he's got, kind of decent speed and good reflexes, he gets back up quite quick to come and claim that ball should he need to. But a lot of the times when we're looking at diving and parrying it, Petr Cech will put it behind for a corner. He'll put it so far away from the attackers that they just can't get that simple rebound, which that was a big bonus, because it's obviously something that goalkeepers tend to do quite a lot on FIFA 22. Let's talk about his handling. Handling's an interesting one, to be honest with you, because I don't find goalkeepers really catch the ball that often anyway, because the majority of shots aren't at them. They're not straight at them, I don't think FIFA's like real-life football where a player takes a shot and it ends up going straight at the goalkeeper. They just don't get the direction on it. On FIFA, find that most of the times a shot is going to go either side, which obviously makes the goalkeeper dive and save the ball properly. So I think the handling's a very difficult stat for me to, oh yeah, that's definitely how I felt. I mean, on crosses and corners, I think he did like to punch it a little bit more than catch it, if I'm honest with you. And that's probably where the cautious for crosses trait comes in as well. And I'll discuss that in a little bit more detail shortly. So handling is a difficult one for me to really say, yeah, he was good at catching the ball, because I just don't think goalkeepers do that, as a whole thing anyway. Moving on to his kicking. Now, he does have 79 kicking, which is fine enough for a goalkeeper. One thing that I will say is that goalkeepers can be very much a letdown with clearing the ball, trying to pick out a pass properly. And I don't think that's so much the goalkeeper fault again. I think that's more like just the way goalkeepers tend to kick the ball on FIFA 22. I tend to go for the L1 square, the LBX on Xbox, to really get the ball up that way. I feel like when you try to pick out a normal cross with X, a normal cross field pass, sometimes they can be a little bit sticky, let's say. So do be mindful of that. Do be careful with that. But yeah, his passing was okay. It's not as good as some goalkeepers that you can have, when it comes to, booting the ball and looking for that direct pass out of his hands. 79 is probably relatively low. I'm trying to think, let's say Casillas, for example. So Casillas is 84. If you're looking at maybe a Van der Sar, he's 83. So Cech is on that lower side of things. But for me, myself, it wasn't a problem because I use the throw more than anything. The goalkeeper long throw. And he has that trait, so that's absolutely fine with me. 88 reflexes is his reflexes, which, to be fair, I felt a lot. Again, I go back to 6'5". I felt that presence of a tall goalkeeper, a goalkeeper that's really good at getting across his box, and those reflex shots inside the 18-yard box. There was the odd occasion where I thought, oh, maybe you could have saved that, but I think that's all like hypothetical. As a whole, his reflexes were very, very good. Again, just parrying it out, putting it behind for a corner, putting it behind where the players can't get to it. That definitely was a pro for me. Now, 51 speed isn't exactly rapid, but it's not exactly slow either. I think speed's a very hard one to get right. Again, if I just take a look at some examples here. So Petr Schmeichel, he's at 49 speed. Yashin, he's at 60 speed, so a lot more on there. Van der Sar is at 40. Van der Sar is taller, though, at 6'6", so obviously it's going to be a little bit harder. If we take a look at Ter Stegen, 43 speed, so it's in and around. I think Alisson's a little bit quicker at 52 speed, so he's in and around there, but it's not rapid, but it's certainly not like slow either. I think with that 6'5", yes, he will come out and you maybe a little bit slow on a few over the top through balls. I like to run my goalkeepers on sweeper keeper, so not having him have that trait lets me down a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal. The speed impact plays an impact when an over the top through ball comes in, when they want to get out for a cross, they want to just come and close the angle down in a one-on-one, all that sort of thing. So it is actually quite an important stat for us to pay attention to. 89 positioning. How was his positioning? Fine, absolutely fine, like good. And the reason why I say that is sometimes goalkeepers can have bad positioning, which means they can get caught at the near post. Sometimes they can get caught on a long-range finesse because they're covering one side of the goal a little bit too much. And Petr Cech definitely knows how to position himself in the right sort of areas, as you'd expect from an icon goalkeeper, at the price range that we are playing him at. So when it comes to the cautious for crosses, that is one of my cons, I think, because I like to run a sweeper keeper, comes aggressive out for crosses. That all plays an impact on play style. If you're not too bothered about that, if you're not too reliant on the goalkeeper coming and claiming the ball from crosses or corners, then you'll be absolutely fine on that front. I'm not going to go over my normal sort of stuff of team links, longevity, level, because he's a goalkeeper at the end of the day. This goalkeeper is absolutely fine for anyone to use. He can last till the end of FIFA should you want to. It's a goalkeeper at the end of the day. Goalkeepers to me are very much down to personal preference, and the fact that he's an icon, he can be in your team literally until team of the season, until you get one of those team of the season cards as a goalkeeper on that side of things. Do I think he's worth your coins, though? That is the reason why you've clicked on this video. I think for the price range that he is at now, 250,000, 245,000 on PlayStation, 275 on Xbox, it is a little bit steep because obviously the tradable one is only 220,000 coins. I think if you can do him with untradeable fodder, make him cost 100 to 150k, yes, he's worth picking up. Purely because of the fact that it's an icon goalkeeper, that position's now done. We don't need to think about changing that position anytime soon. Whereas if you're running an Alisson at the minute, but you want to go and change to a PSG back line or something, you have to then change your goalkeeper alongside with it. The only downside is that you won't ever get that nation link from Petr Cech as well. But a solid enough goalkeeper, one that I'm happy to do purely just because obviously he's one of my idols. But yeah, so that's kind of my opinion on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.